Hello, welcome back. My name is Andrew, and this is the I Need a Haircut edition of Raid Shadow Legends. Today I want to talk to you about shields. This is going to be a big one. There are many champions that can play shields, and before I get into this, the reason why I want to talk about shields is because of a friend of mine. He had a question. He pulled Miscreated Monster, an insane shield champion, an awesome champion. So this kind of sparked my interest in making a shield video. If you are interested, stay tuned, and I'm gonna go over the different kind of shields, some of the champions that play shields. I'm not gonna go over all the champions that play shields, but I'm gonna go over the big ones and how they work. So, and what kind of gear you should build with them. Anyways, let's get into it. So first of all, I want to start off with this champion that my friend got. He's a good friend of mine in real life, and he actually downloaded the game and is playing, and he pulled this insane champion. Took me forever. I got Sir Nicholas before I got this champion, and I'm pretty jealous that he got him so early. This is a great starter champion, especially if the account's only a couple months old. He pulled Miscreated Monster. This is for you, buddy. If you just want to watch to this part, that's probably all you'll need to know for right now. This guy right here, he puts an insane shield up. The way that he works, he has this move called Lightning Storm. Attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Places a shield buff on all allies for 3 turns, equal to 25% of the damage inflicted. The way that you build him, he's based on HP. So you want to have him have a lot of HP, but that's not your only concern. He's not just going to do damage off of HP. There's HP based champions, defense, attack based champions, and they all have damage built up according to what they're based off of. And in this case, it's HP. But the thing that you have to pay attention in this move right here, it says attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance to place a stun, so that's great. We'll go to the important part. Places a shield buff on all allies for 3 turns, equal to 25% of damage inflicted. It doesn't say equal to 25% of HP. The damage that you do on the enemies is based off your HP. The shield buff, however, is equal to 25% of the damage that you're dealing. So what you want to do is you want to put them in high crit rate, high crit damage. If you can get them in savage gear, and he hits hard. So, but you also want to have him have a crazy amount of health. So you can see my health here is 97,000 health. So defense isn't really important. Attack, irrelevant. Don't even worry about attack. Speed, speed him to whatever you're using him for. Accuracy is okay if you want to get some of those stuns on the enemies. Resistance, not needed, but he needs to be a survivable champion because he is your shield champion. He's an important character to your group. I'll show you how this works. In order to get him to have an insane shield to put on your enemies, you have to have him attack multiple enemies. So if he attacks one person with that lightning storm, he's not going to do that much damage, especially mine, because he's not really geared out. And that damage that you deal to the enemies is going to have a percentage of 25% shield going to be placed on all your champions. All right, so where this guy shines is in Spider. I put him in my Spider 25 team. So let's throw him in here and let's just show you how this goes. So I start off with, we won't talk about the other champions. All right, so I put defense down. So when Miscreated Monster hits, he's going to be hitting enemies that have the decreased defense down. He is going to be putting a shield according to how much damage he is putting. So decreased defense is actually going to help out quite a bit because that's going to give him even a boost of damage. So decreased defense and weaken would be great to put in here, and you can even do even more damage. So let's see how this goes. Let's see how much shield he puts on the champions. All right, see, he puts a pretty big shield. So it's pretty good. I mean, it took him all half health. So the reason why I don't have him in high crit or high crit damage is because I don't want him to kill the little spiders. I want the spiders to be alive so that the HP burns can tick on Spider 25. So, but we'll talk about that at a different time. We don't have to talk about Spider. I'm just showcasing the shield. So now let's go over to another champion who is very similar. He is the upgraded version of Miscreated Monster, Mr. Sir Nick. So let's see if I got any gear on this guy. I do. So now Sir Nick, I have him set pretty strong. He has a high crit rate, His crit damage isn't very good. He has a decent HP for that HP boost. He is exactly the same kind of concept. He has a polar protection. It's based off of the HP, but it's equal to 30%, so it's 5% more than Miscreated Monster, equal to 30% of the damage inflicted. So let's put him in there. Let's see what he does. Now, obviously, Sir Nick is a legendary, and he is going to be definitely the better version of. Let's put him. Let's put the HP. Let's get higher HP on there. He's going to be the better version. So let's see if we can get decreased defense first. I think I rails faster. Put this down. All right, put decreased defense. Okay, so let's see if his shield's bigger. Yeah, it looks bigger. Look at that. He almost has full shield right there. So what I'm getting at is Miscreated Monster and Sir Nicholas have to have high HP, max crit with high crit damage if you want to fully get those shields as high as you can get them. You can get them to fill up their whole HP bar if you want to, and that's a huge shield. So to my buddy, you have a great champion, Miscreated Monster. Now in this video, I want to go over a couple other champions still not over, not quite yet. I want to go over a couple more champions that have some shields that are not built that way. So just so you don't get them confused. So we'll talk about Chris real quick. I know a lot of you probably don't have him, but at the same time, he has a passive shield. So this is a shield. It's just like the gear. So you have that shield gear set that you get from Fire Knight. You have divine shield sets that you can get from Arena and stuff. So this is a shield. It's placed on all allies at the start of each round. So just imagine that this is the shield for the gear as well. So buff on all allies for 2 turns equal to 50% of this max HP. This champion's max HP. So in this case, you want to build him a crazy amount of HP. You want to have him have high HP, but he's also a defense champion. So his attack is based off of defense, which is irrelevant if you just want to only focus on the shield. So if you're looking just to build shield specifically, HP for this champion is all you need. You don't really need anything else. So we'll go off to another champion who is kind of similar. It's a little different. So under Priest Brogni, he has Resilient Glow, places block debuffs and a 50% increased attack on all allies for 2 turns. Also places a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns equal to 30% of the champion's max HP. Very similar to Chris. In this case, Brogni is OP and his shield cannot be removed unless you strip it with like a seer or something like that. So 30% of this champion's max HP, the shield buff cannot be removed. So very similar. In this case, for Brogni, he has a lot of utility. He has provokes. He has some pretty cool HP burn. He has some pretty cool moves that you'd like to maybe build some accuracy, maybe some resistance on him too. So, but that's more of an in-game kind of thing. But same thing as Chris, build him high HP, and then you can get some really big shields out there. So what do I have on him? See, I'm using him for other things, so I'm not using him just to give me that crazy shield. Another one that's really close to Brogni, he is the lower tier of Brogni, would be Mr. Big Boy down here, Taragi the Frog. He has a similar kit, so, and then ally protection. He's really close to Brogni, just the lower tier Brogni. In this case, places a shield buff equal to 15%. It's about half of Brogni's capability of placing a shield on all your champions. So just keep this in mind. So these are different champions than a Miscreated Monster and a Sir Nicholas. Those 2 champions, you just build them high HP, and then you want them to hit hard. And then with a Savage set, you can tear through the target's defense, and you can really get some good damage out there. Defense down and a weaken, that also applies to make it even a stronger hit. And then you can get a huge shield on all your champions. But when you come into Taragi the Frog, okay, we go to Akoth the Seared. He has a similar kit as to Brogni and Taragi. It's going to be also places a shield buff equal to 20% of this champion's max HP on all allies for 2 turns. Except for, in this case, he's based off defense. So unlike Taragi and Brogni, Akoth is based off defense. Those two are based off of HP. So it's a lot different. There is one more champion I want to talk about, who I do not have, who I would really love to have, and she's great in Clan Boss, is Valkyrie. I don't know too much about her, but she has a really big shield and she has a counter attack. So she's an awesome champion. I'd love to have her. The value of the shield and damage inflicted are proportional to this champion's defense. So the higher defense she has, the higher shield she's going to place. So she is a pretty phenomenal champion when it comes to shields. When it comes to Miscreated Monster, Sir Nicholas, Brogni, Toragi the Frog, Krisk, those are all amazing shield champions. If you got one of those, congratulations. Those are an awesome champion to have to your account. Other than that, there is a double legendary event coming up. You're going to be summoning until you hit a legendary, and then you're going to be granted a second legendary. I'm going to go for it. I've been saving up some ancient shards for when I hit 1,000 subscribers, but I feel like that's going to take a little longer than how fast I can save up. So I'm going to go for it, and I would like to get that free legendary. But when it comes to it 2 times, I'm going to hold off on that. So it's up to you guys. It's an extra legendary if you pull one. I think it's a cool event. I like those events because it's just an extra free legendary. A lot of content creators, they say don't do it. They don't like them. I don't know. I like them. I don't have a problem. I use the shards for those ones. I hope you have a great day. My buddy Nolan, I hope you watch this video, and I hope this helped out a little bit. If you have any more questions, maybe just shoot some comments down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And you guys have a great day. I need to go get a haircut. Valentine's Day is coming up. My girlfriend doesn't like to see me with this long of hair. So I'll talk to you next one. All right, bye.